out there, tell them so what? I kept trap music all black. Still, I'm that stupid. Still down to do it if you act stupid. Get locked up and get back to it, yeah. Trap music all black. Get locked up and get back to it, yeah.
Hey, what's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, keep the rest. Hey, I got that check to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drip. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hanging and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Act like my beat ain't no happy, but later I'm counting the guap. Who gave you the voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check to go. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Freeman again, a first down carry. The tackle made there by McKinley.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd down, Ryan. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. McKinley in there to get him for a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Hey, express. 21.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Jabril Peppers is deep for Cleveland. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 18. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 22.
No. Check. Patriot.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Detroit!
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
We got 3 down. Let's go. Hey, wait.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Out to his left. And that is incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise if this would come up short.
To throw, Mayfield. Got a man. It's Brashon Perriman. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside. The 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Mayfield on 1st down. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. That one goes for 24 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Detroit! Detroit!
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Flush to his right. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
And another example of why Baker Mayfield went #1 in the draft. His ability to confound defensive coordinators. They played him for the pass. They covered it well. He takes off with his legs and scrambles for a big gain.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on 3rd and goal.
Motion man, watch 12, watch 12.
Here's Mixon. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. One receiver left, 2 to the right. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now Ryan. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. 21. Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. The first NFL pick for the rookie Denzel Ward. Able to fight through 1 tackle.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Detroit! Detroit!
Following the interception, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, look at 56.
A 1st down throw from Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. In for the score. And the Browns add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Looking deep downfield, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Hey, cut.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. They go play action now. Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and they just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now the Browns coming out on the field. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
Mayfield to throw it. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Open man is down when it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he He's taken down inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Eluding the pressure right. Gonna throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
His throw incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And now it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Second and 10 now, Ryan. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. Ryan. And that will be incomplete as well. Jamal Adams, their #1 pick a year ago, there on the coverage.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now look at 56. Look here.
From the gun, Mayfield. Flush to his right. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
No. Check. Patriot. Go.
First down, Mayfield. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. And I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And the Browns getting set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Gun!
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Detroit!
Final play of the half, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And this is caught at the 20. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This one fielded at the 5. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Flushed out right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Bang, bang.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. Give him 55 yards on the ground.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2.
Watch him now, Barney.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points up.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
On second down, here's Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Ryan, and he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Ryan now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. Again, Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. What a game for the rookie Baker Mayfield. 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Third time's the charm on the extra point as he gets this one to go. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. So out come the Falcons now. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Falcons on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Ryan. He'll have a first down past the 40. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A handoff. Devontae Freeman. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be taken at the 13. So a change of possession here on the punt. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Mayfield now. And his throw here's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
Mayfield now on 2nd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for the Browns. 48 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And they go the wrong way on this this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Mayfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Here's Ryan. He's going to air one out. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the rookie Denzel Ward. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Mayfield to throw it. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll give it to Mixon. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now for the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On the move to his left. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
21.
On second down, Ryan. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 20. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Freeman again. And an alley to run. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Gun! 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 Gun!
3rd and long for Mayfield. He's got it open. Then he completes it to Callaway. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for Cleveland, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
We went all the way to